everyone, so it's time for a new vlog and I'm so fucking excited for this one. So this is gonna be my vlog for the 1,000 Doors Readathon, and that's being hosted by Megan, Emma, and Tasman, and they're all amazing. I'm gonna have their channels linked down below along with the Twitter to the Readathon. This is one of the coolest, most creative readathons that I've ever heard of. And it started last week, and I thought that it was for a week, and I was really sad because I literally found out on Sunday, which was I thought was the last day, and then I found out on Twitter that it's actually for the entire November, but the hosts went really hard the first week, and there was a lot happening, but it's happening the entire month, and so I'm so excited that I can participate. Basically, it's a choose your own adventure type of readathon, and the way that I actually found out about it is because Riley Marie, she just posted a vlog for it, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So it's happening, and basically it's just that you start with the first prompt, and then it takes you to different prompts, and you don't know what it's gonna be. So I have no idea what I'm gonna be reading, but I'm so excited. So let's go watch the first video. And so the one that I ended up clicking on is Tasman's video because, I wanted to choose a different one from what Riley picked, and she didn't pick this one. So let's see what the prompt is gonna be. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Tasman May from the channel Tea Books and Tasman, and welcome to the first ever 1,000 Doors Readathon. I hope you're all excited. I am so excited. Myself, Emma and Meg have been planning this for a very, very long time, so the fact that we're finally getting going is just... I'll have all of the T's and C's linked down below in terms of giveaways. Our Twitter account is also tagged down below. Quick reminder that you should go and watch Emma and Meg's introductory videos as well, because all three of us are doing different prompts, and then at the end of our videos, depending on what you thought of that first book that you read, will take you through other doors to other videos. Let's get into the first prompt then, shall we? So, my first prompt for you is to read a book that feels like the TV show Breaking Bad. Now, you can interpret this in any way that you like. It could be the themes of drugs. It could be the family aspect with Walter and his wife and their children. It could be the teacher-student, mentor-mentee relationship between Jesse and Walter themselves. You could take it down the cop route of Walter's brother-in-law. You can interpret it however you like.
Okay. I have never seen the show The Breaking Bad. From what Tasman said of the options, I'm like, huh. I thought of a book, and I think it's a really big stretch, but the family aspect made me think of a book. The one that I thought of is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. It is about this guy who has to come to this house filled with magical children, and there is, another guy who is the caretaker, and then this guy who is supposed to check on if everything is going smoothly and properly. There are kids, and then there's two people who are going to be a couple, because it's a romance also. I think I'm gonna read it because I don't have it planned for any other videos, and I also have been wanting to read it for ages, and it feels like the right time. I'm gonna obviously vlog about reading it, and then we'll see what I'm gonna read next once I finish the book. And oh my god, this is everything. I'm so happy. Okay. I just got to 20%. So this book is about a guy called Linus. He works for this organization that makes sure that magical children are taken care of. And you can it's obvious that it's kind of shady and that they don't really care about the well-being of the children, but more the control of the children. Linus is a really good guy, and he actually cares about the children in a way, but he is really naive, and he can't see through all the things that are not ideal about the organization, all the things that are actually hurtful and bad about what he does, if that makes any sense. He's very serious, and there's a guy there called Arthur, I think, who is like the guardian of the kids, and he's basically like a parent to them. I think I'm really gonna like Arthur because he seems, kind of the opposite, like super chill and not serious, which is going to be such a fun dynamic. It's very whimsical and it has like that, it almost feels like it has a middle grade vibe, like the magic and like almost innocence and like the narrating style of middle grade. It feels to me, but from what I know, this is actually adult. So far, this book is super nice and I can't wait to keep reading. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hi everyone. So I look a little rough and but I wanted to talk to you right now, and I've been crying, and I finished reading The House in the Cerulean Sea, and holy fucking shit, I cried multiple times, and it was like the best kind of tears, and every time I stopped crying I was like, okay, this is it, I'm fine. And then a few pages later I started crying again, and this book just kept on getting better with every single page. And it was such an incredibly special experience. And I actually got the audiobook after like 30%. And then I listened to it while following the ebook. And I'm so glad that I did that. I highlighted so many things. And it was just so precious and heartwarming and beautiful, and it was everything. And it's definitely joining my all-time favorites. And I have heard nothing but great things about this, but still I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. And it was just absolutely everything, and I don't even know how to talk about it. Main character Linus, he has a good heart, but he's super oblivious at the beginning of the book. Then he meets Arthur and all the kids, and he learns so many lessons, and like the character development is everything. And the found family, this is like one of the best found family books I've ever read. This is like found family excellence, like the god tier kind of found family. And that is like the core of the story. That is what it's about. It's just about all kinds of kids, and then also like Linus and Arthur and everyone who have been through so much, and they finally find a home and a family. And it's so fucking beautiful that I just, oh my god. And it talks so much about also like prejudice and how the magical people are seen in this world and how they're treated by like humans, I guess. I highlighted so many things, and this was just incredible. I don't even know what else to say about this book. Just, if you haven't read it yet, you absolutely have to. It literally is like an injection of so much serotonin, and like it took over my entire heart, and I absolutely have to get a physical copy of this book. And like, oh my god, it's everything. And the entire book, I was a little bit scared of the conflict, because I was like, I care about all these people so much, and it's just so beautiful. I don't want anything to go wrong. And the way the conflict was handled was also everything. And so, the moment has come for me to find out what the next prompt is. I have the video here. So let's see what I'm going to be reading next. I'm so excited.
If you give it 3 to 4 stars, if you give it 5 stars, or if you DNF. And good luck. I'll see you through some more magical doors soon.
Okay, so it's going to be the first one, obviously, 4 to 5 stars. So, I'm pretty sure this is one that Riley had in her video, but I don't remember which one it was. So let's see what it is.
Welcome to Prompt 2. So as you probably know by now, each of us three main co-hosts have a special way we are giving our prompts. And if you don't know already, mine are all in the form of memes. So I'm going to show you a meme and you just pick a book that gives you the vibe of that meme. However you choose to interpret that. I'm going to give you some suggestions, but you by no means have to follow them. So the meme for this prompt is...
I'm back!
I think this is a really...
Okay. So yeah, I thought this might be the case. So I did actually kind of remember it. Okay. Yes, this is perfect. So I wanted to make things a little easy for myself, because while I absolutely adored The House in the Cerulean Sea, I wanted something short that's gonna be quick to read for the next prompt, just because I'm loving this so much and I'm so excited and impatient to find out the next prompts. So I was like, the next book is gonna be something short. And it's perfect for this. So I'm so happy. Okay. So the book that I'm gonna be reading next is Fence, volume 4. I forgot the name of the volume, but I think it's like Fence Rivals or something, and it's by C.S. Passat, and it is the 4th volume in the series, so it's obviously I'm back, and also I feel like it works not only because it's like a sequel, but it's a series that I actually like flew through. I read all the volumes in like 2 days a while ago, and I was really excited for the next volume because I was so addicted, and I was like, I need more of this. So it's perfect for this. It's a graphic novel. I could literally read it in 1 hour, and I'm super excited. So when it comes to this series as a whole, it's basically about this fencing team, and the main character wants to basically go to this like super prestigious school with like the most, talented, like successful group of fencing people. And then he ends up going to this kind of like private school that is kind of more like with a group of outcasts, if that makes sense. And so there's a group of characters and they all fence together, competitions and trying to win and all of that kind of stuff. And there's also like rivals and everything. And when I read the first 3 volumes, it was just so fun and so addicting. I don't know if it's like the aspect of, competitions and you want to see if they win and all of that, but like I just really liked it and I liked the characters. And yes, this is already one of the most fun vlogs I've ever done. So I'm gonna shut up, I'm gonna go read, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi everyone, so it's a little while later and I just read the book. I read Fence Rivals by C.S. Passat, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and it's just so fun, and like I said, just so addicting, and it just feels nice, and it's just really enjoyable, and I really like the characters. The one complaint that I have is that it's so fucking short. Like, this is, I'm pretty sure, published by Boombox, and every single one of their graphic novels is 112 pages. So I understand that's like the standard, but I feel like, especially because last time I read 3 of the volumes in a row. And so it felt like I had much more content, a lot more happened. And in this, there was basically this like one competition, and that was it. And like it was still, super fun. It was great, and like some things developed, but everything happened so slowly. And I'm just like, I wouldn't mind if the volumes came out way more often. I really recommend this series if you read graphic novels. There's like so many friendships, and it's a lot about the team trying to work together, and there's also like some romance potential. There isn't anything that's actually happened, but there are tiny hints and everything that are really exciting. And yes, so I'm so happy I read this, and it's only 1:30 right now, so I'm so happy because I still have the whole day to read something else. The question for the next prompt is, did you guess where it was going? So again, I'm pretty sure that Riley picked yes. But I'm also not sure if she didn't pick yes, but I didn't mind. So I'm gonna pick yes, but I didn't mind. And if it's the same prompt like she had, then I'm gonna pick the other one.
Despite the fact that you kind of saw where the last book was going, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great time so far. I certainly am. Remember that we're doing Twitter sprints and live shows all the time. My third prompt for you is a book that feels like Marvel. Now you could interpret this as the MCU, you could interpret it as the comics, you could take a character that you really like or a character that you dislike, a certain character trait. For example, I big time relate to Gwenpool. Yes, I'm writing a fan fiction about her, everyone can fuck off with their judgment.
Okay, so this one is not what Riley had, so I was right, so I'm really happy about that. Holy shit, okay. I really like this prompt, but I think I'm gonna have a look at my TBR. I'm gonna think about it for a second and I'll get back to you, immediately. Like, you'll see it immediately, but I want to think about this. So I thought about it and I think I'm gonna read The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow. I've been wanting to read this book since last year, pretty much. A while ago, I started listening to the audiobook on Scribd, and I got to like 10%, and I was really enjoying it, and then I stopped, and I haven't gotten back to it. And I think I'm gonna love this one so much. It's a sci-fi, which is the main reason why I'm picking this book, because, I don't know, to me it just felt right to pick a sci-fi. I thought of another book, which was a fantasy, and it just, like, it didn't feel right for Marvel, because, like, it's not something that reminds me of Marvel, but, like, sci-fi is, like, yes. But it's basically set in a dystopian world where art is forbidden. And we have our two main characters. Each of them loves a different kind of art. So the like one line to describe this book that is on Goodreads is, can a girl who risks her life for books and an alien who loves forbidden pop music work together to save humanity? And I feel like this is a book that is just way too underrated, that I think is going to be such a powerful and beautiful story. So I'm really fucking excited for this. And like, again, sci-fi, like working to save humanity are definitely things that remind me a lot of Marvel. So let's do this. Hi everyone. So I feel like I look a little bit weird and the lighting isn't the best, so I'm sorry about that, but it's time for an update. I am at 57% of The Son of Stars. It is so fun and so quick to read, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm not sure what more to tell you about the plot, because I feel like it's best to go into it like not knowing that much about it. And also the main character is actually bisexual and demisexual, which is amazing. The representation is completely casual, and we stand casual queer representation. And there was also like one non-binary side character, and also the main character has anxiety, and I love that as well. I generally love mental illness representation in books, but I feel like there's something even more special in that kind of representation in like fantasy or sci-fi, or things like that are not like contemporary. I love the two main characters so much. I feel so connected to them, and I feel like every single person that loves art has a certain kind of magic that lives inside them. And as someone who loves art and creates all kinds of art, I feel like I felt connected to the two main characters so much immediately. It's set in a, terrible world. I actually hate dystopia. But I feel like the way that it's done in this book, like the world is horrible, but like the art and all of that is so magical, and like that brings life into the lifeless world, if it makes sense. And so I love it. And the audiobook is so good as well. One more thing that I actually just love so much about it is Morris, the alien. He is actually like an alien. And I mean, what I mean by that is he doesn't have the same kind of like understanding of things as humans do. There are some things that he doesn't fully like get, and things that he says in a different way. I love it. I feel like all the cases where we have a character that's like humanoid but not human, they're basically human, you know? Like they feel human. And like I don't mind that necessarily, but I feel like we need more like creatures and all of that who actually are different from humans, because I feel like that makes it so fun. I'm definitely gonna finish it soon, and I'm so happy that I'm finally reading this, and I'm flying through it, and I'm thriving. So, yes. I finished reading The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I loved the two main characters so much, and I'm not sure if I said earlier that they actually have a romance together, and it's so sweet and precious, and just the whole, like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know, it's obviously set in a dystopian world, which is dark and horrible, and you know, but like Morris and Ellie are just so cute and precious, and like their vibes are the absolute opposite of the world. I still don't love dystopia, and like, you know, the setting obviously wasn't my favorite, but like I'm so happy I read this book anyways, and more people need to read it because it's so beautiful, and the way that it talks about art is so beautiful, and it was really quick to read as well, and I just really fucking recommend it. So definitely check out the book. I'm not sure if I said that the audiobook is available on Scribd. So the next prompt is based on how much I liked the main character, and obviously I loved both of the main characters, and so there's only the option of clicking yes, which is, I'm pretty sure, what Riley had as well. I think I know what it's gonna be, but it's fine. So let's see.
Welcome to door 4. So if you haven't seen me already, my name is Megan. Basically all my prompts are in the form of memes. So I'm going to show you a meme and you have to pick a book that fits the vibe, fits the atmosphere, fits the energy of the prompt. Did I say that right? Who knows? So the meme for this prompt is...
I'm an acquired taste. You don't like me? Acquire some taste.
I love that meme so much. I love it. The main way that I would interpret this prompt is picking a book that you have heard very mixed things about.
So I think I know what book I want to read for this, and that is a book that I also kind of started, and I really want to read it and finish it, and that is Daring and the Duke by Sarah McLean. So this book is the like third book in the series, but it's a historical romance series, which is almost always like a standalone series. Fadwa from Word Wonders recently talked about it on Twitter and stuff, and absolutely loved it. And so from what they said, I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing, and I need to read it. But then from what I've seen around from like readers, there's quite a lot of mixed feelings about the book. And I think like some of it has to do with something that happened earlier in the series or whatever, which I don't know about. And it's basically childhood sweethearts, like teenage sweethearts. What do you call that? I don't know. Just childhood best friends to lovers to enemies to lovers. The hero in the book did something that like broke the heroine's heart a long time ago when they were younger. The two of them, you know, run into each other when they're adults way later, and obviously it's kind of gonna have like enemies to lovers vibes. And I'm really excited about it. Everything that Fadwa likes and recommends, I usually love. So it's time for an update. My kitten is here and she's leaving me. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about, I don't know what the name of the book is, but This book that I'm reading. I'm not sure. I feel like I didn't really tell you much last time, so you know, let's do that. I'm in the half of the book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's about Grace and Ewan, I think. And Grace is such a cool character. I really like her. She is a total badass, and she actually has this whole ass empire of businesses that are basically clubs for women, which is iconic. We stan. And so I really like her, and I really like Ewan as well. I'm really enjoying it. The only issue that I have that is like not the fault of the book, but my personal preference is that it's very plot heavy so far, and there's a lot happening around the two main characters, and like I can see why that makes sense. But the thing that I am not a plot focused person, and especially when I read romance, like one of the reasons why I love romance so much is because it's so focused on the main characters and their relationships and their interactions and everything. And so, especially I feel like with historical romance, that one is like the most focused on like the couple, and there's always like so many scenes with them and not a lot of other characters. So I don't really care about plot. So right now I'm a little bit impatient to um she's back. Just see more of Ewan and Grace because I like them so much. There's so much tension between them, and there's such a strong connection because of everything that they've been through. And I want more. I want more. And there was something that happened, and I was just like, please give me more of this. Say hi to the camera. Yeah, so I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna go read. I need to like eat dinner, and I want to do some other stuff besides reading today, but I'll talk to you soon. Hello everyone. So yes, I'm wearing a Christmas shirt and I want to update you on Daring and the Duke by Sarah McLean. I just finished it and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I loved the two main characters so much, and just the connection between them, like, I loved it. It was just the kind of thing where I felt like they were really meant to be together, and I could feel their bond, and it was just so emotional and everything, and I loved that so much. The reason why I feel like it's not a 5 star for me is kind of what I said earlier, and along with that, it just in general, the first half I was enjoying it, but I just felt like, again, like there weren't as many interactions between the two main characters as I would have liked. I just didn't love it as much as the second half of the book, but overall, it was just so fun. I loved it. It was so emotional, and the smut was really great as well, and it was just a really great time, and I'm so happy that I read this book. So, I actually kind of already know what the next prompt is gonna be, and I already filmed it, so I'm gonna explain that there in the next clip. So let's just go do that. Hi everyone, so I'm sorry about my hair. I just washed it. And I'm dying to find out the next prompt because I already read another book like in between the books that I've been reading for this, and I vlogged about it in the hopes that this prompt will work for it. Let's see. So the question to find out for the next prompt is, did you enjoy the setting? So I'm pretty sure Riley either picked yes or kind of. So I think I'm gonna pick no. And the reason for that is not that I don't actually like reading about the setting. I actually love historical romance, and like I enjoy that setting a lot to read about, but would I like to actually be there? No. So let's see what it's gonna be.
This is the final prompt for the $1,000 readathon. Oh my god, congratulations on making it this far. Remember to tag us and everything online so that we can see what you're up to and hopefully inspire us, because I may not reach this point myself. And your final prompt, and please don't be scared by this, is a book that reminds you of American Horror Story. Now, I say don't be scared because it doesn't have to be a horror. As with all of the other prompts, you could take a character that you like or didn't like and choose a book that has maybe a similar character. It could have a similar theme. Depending on which season of American Horror Story you go with, you could have a different setting altogether.
Just like with the Breaking Bad, I have never watched the American Horror Story, and I know nothing about it. And from what Tasman said, I don't really know what to like do with that. I'm like, could it work for the book? And a part of me is like, what if I just say it's gonna work for the book? And even though I don't know anything about the show, I can't make a connection, but like, you know, I'm gonna say the book is gonna work for it, and it's just gonna work for it. So the book is Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova, which is a fantasy romance, and I already read it, but you're gonna see me read it. And yes, so let's jump to me reading that book, and it's just gonna have to work. I want to talk to you about a book which is A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. So hopefully I'm gonna manage to vlog this for one of the prompts, which obviously you'll know by the time that you're watching this, because I want to vlog about this book so badly because I'm loving it so much. So I'm buddy reading it with a lovely friend of mine, and it's been so much fun. I'm obsessed. I'm living. And I just, again, like I said, I had to vlog about it. So this book is basically inspired by like Hades and Persephone meets Beauty and the Beast, and it's a fantasy romance, which is all of that, is everything I've ever wanted in my life. And this book is giving me everything that I want. So the premise in it is basically that the main character has to get married to the Elf King, basically to make sure that the balance between the human world and the magical world isn't like disrupted. And that's kind of like the easiest way to describe it, and I am loving it so much. The characters, I love them both so much, and the vibes, the tension, the magic, and everything about it is perfection. And it's so fast-paced, and I like immediately when I started reading it, I was so interested, and I'm so invested in the story, and it's just like passing by so quickly, and I'm already at 40%. So I'm gonna go back to reading. So I just filmed this update and I didn't press record, which literally never happens, and I was just like, what the fuck? But I am at 62% of the Elf King, the Deal with the Elf King, and I'm thriving. I am living for every fucking bit of this book. The banter in it is everything. The magic in it is everything. The dynamic between the two main characters is everything. Not only that, but it also has a super sweet and fun and cute female friendship, and also it has like a sibling kind of relationship between Luella and, I'm not sure how to pronounce the king's name, but between Luella and the king's brother, which is so fun, and like also so much banter. Like the brother was kind of an asshole at the beginning, but like he gets better, you know? And so I'm like, I would be so happy if this book just gave me that absolutely amazing romance. And the fact that it gives me these different like relationships as well is everything. This book is just everything, okay? Like, I am living my best life. I had that feeling like I'm gonna enjoy this so much, I'm gonna love it, but like it's even like exceeding my expectations, and I love the magic in it as well, and it's just so quick to read. And hi everyone, it's time for an update. I just finished Deal with the Elf King, and I loved it so much. It was everything. And I feel like I've mostly said everything that I want to tell you already. It was just, I loved the characters so much. It was so fast paced. I adore fantasy romance, and I feel like it's been really hard for me to find ones that are what I actually want. Because so often, obviously, like, there's a lot of fantasy books that have a romance in them, but it's not the main focus. So I understand if when that's the case, that it's not the main part of it, but like, my absolute favorite thing is when it is the main part of it. And there's not a lot of books out there that are actually fantasy romances. So please, if you have any recommendations, tell me in the comments down below. And this was actually a fantasy romance. It was definitely very focused on it. I feel like the plot was quite simple, but like not in a way that it was lacking in any way, and it was just so fun. And like, what I do want to say is that it is kind of like old YA slash new adult. The author on Goodreads said that it's something like right in between, and it's not like completely fade to black, but it's also not super detailed, and it's not really that steamy. But I felt like I actually saw her comment before I read the book, so I didn't like expect it to be super steamy and all that. So just make sure that you have your expectations like that. But yeah, if you don't like reading like explicit things in books, then I feel like this is completely fine. If you do, then yeah, there's not that much, which like I would love to see more smut in this book, because the two main characters just the connection between them, the tension between them, everything, like, so good. But I loved it so much. We love to see it. So, this means that I have finished the 1,000 Doors readathon, because this was the last prompt, and this has been so much fun. I loved literally every single book that I read in this video. It's been one of the most fun vlogs to work on and the most fun readathons. Maybe like this is what Riley said as well, like this was the most fun and creative readathon ever. And since it's happening the entire month, please tell me in the comments down below if I should do a part 2 to this. Because obviously there are 3 hosts who all have different videos. I don't want this to be over yet. I would love to do this again. And so I think I might do a part 2 to this video before the end of the month. So please give this video a thumbs up and tell me in the comments down below if you would be interested in that. And thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, leave door emoji down below. Is there a door emoji? I'm like, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos like this. Also, don't forget to check out all of the hosts, and I'm also gonna have Riley's video and her channel linked down below as well. I love her so much, and yeah, have a great day.